This conference will now be recorded.
I start this? Okay. Okay, today is Monday, November 27th, 2023. Historic Preservation Board meeting, call to order. Josh, want to do the roll?
Sure. Kevin Cox,
Here.
Boss Fair,
Here.
George Lozano,
Here.
and Tom Wheatley.
Here.
Okay. Consent agenda. I guess we have the three.
Just the minutes.
Yeah.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from June 26th.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Items for discussion.
All right. So the first one is a sign at 110 South Summit Street. That's part of the Burford commercial space. This project was last year. We approved a sign for the route. This is in the same building. I'm not doing that right. Yes, the same building as that. And what's being proposed here, they actually are proposing 3 different options and just wanted to know what we thought of each one of them. The first one is, let's go down to that. And we're familiar with the Burford, but I did put some pictures in the packet for the Burford. So the first one is sort of flip the switch.
Oh, there we go.
Just a sign right there in the middle of the storefront. There's that narrow little strip there underneath the windows. It's about a foot and a half of space there. And so this was just like a logo sign similar to what was there for the route. The next one is in the same area. It's just more simplified. It's just the letters. And then the final one that was proposed was more like this projecting sign that's up above the storefront. Any of those 3 would be acceptable because we already have a projecting sign at TCK just down the street. So that wouldn't be out of the realm of having one up there. And then, of course, the other 2 are definitely within the realm. I do have Brenda Merritt with Stratus. It's on the call here if you had any questions about the project itself.
Was the second option sign, was it lighted as the other 2 are?
No, the second option is not lighted. None of these
painted.
options are illuminated.
Oh, it was. Okay. I was wondering.
That makes it a little easier too.
It's the cheaper one.
Yeah. Is there a preference?
B is the preference. And also they have painted the fascia since these pictures were taken, and the letters would be blue now because that area is now white.
Blue on white. Okay.
Okay.
I think either one of them would be acceptable.
Okay, well,
Brenda, did you say B is the one that they really wanted?
Yeah, the just the letters that say Farmers Insurance.
Okay.
It's not lighted. Okay. Because
That would be,
fits that.
Except the letters will be blue because the background is now white.
okay.
I have an updated
Background
drawing.
is
I don't
blue.
know.
That's an attractive sign.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I like it.
So did she say the letters would be darker because the background's
Yeah.
white? Yeah,
Yeah, there'll be a dark blue.
I would move that we approve that second option there for them.
I'd second that motion.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to accept that option. Any more discussion? All those in favor then say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. That was
Thank
pretty
you.
easy. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us, Brenda. All right.
How long did the route last?
Oh, about a year,
Was it?
something like that.
Just wondering.
I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Never really heard.
How long did it last?
Yeah,
You mean it failed?
yeah, that's why we're doing a new sign for the building.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, same building.
Well, who did the roof?
Well, it's all Burford.
Right.
so part of the Burford, yeah.
Know who contracted the roof?
The route, it's the business called the route, not the roof.
Oh, the roots.
The route store
Okay, I got
is
you.
liquidated. The roof, I assume is still there. One's gone,
Sorry.
one's there.
Oh, earrings on
So
some.
would go.
The roof's not gone.
No,
Oh,
There.
I think they just had a new roof put on it not too long ago.
that's funny. Three Stooges.
Okay, I guess, are we going on to the second?
If you're ready for the second one. So the second one is across the street at 111 South Summit. This is also a sign that's supposed to be unlit and it's mounted just above the storefront. This building's a little bit different scenario than what you see on the Burford. I'll pull that picture up here. So this is the historic picture. Looks about the same, honestly, as what's in that picture where the arrow is pointed. See that building there?
That's the west side.
Yeah, it's on the west side. So here is the actual proposed sign on this building. This is where McDonald's
Sure,
Computers was at for a
Yeah.
while. And so this is obviously not what the building originally looked like, but they put that stonework or whatever it is at some point in the 60s, looks like, when that veneer was put on there. So it's been there for a while. It would almost, in fact, when we did the survey in 17, Brenda Spencer thought that building might actually be eligible in that condition. But anyways, a sign like this, honestly, that whole facade could be a sign.
Mhm.
I don't think you'd want one quite that big, but really anywhere. So that, again, it's not going to be a lit sign. Right now, they're relying on vinyl window graphics. So this would be good for that store. That store used to be at 107, I think it was, North Summit, where Smith and Oaks was for many years, but they moved over there. Now H&R Block is in that building. People moving all over.
yeah.
So what are the letters made out of?
I don't know if I got that information.
How are they affixed to the stone veneer?
I don't know that I got a drawing on that. However, this is a Cardinal sign that's actually doing this work. So
Sure.
they're pretty familiar with it.
Yep.
And they should know that, and I'll remind them of this, that it needs to be on the mortar.
I'm doing some work for them now. I'll find out from Heather.
Yeah, I worked back, we actually had several of their signs come through this board.
So are those like attached, each letter is attached to the building? Is that the?
Yeah,
Looks
Okay.
like it.
yeah, I don't think there's no raceway or anything like that. Those are on the building itself.
Right.
Mhm.
Probably like Capcoms or something like that they'll attach it with.
So you're saying it fits in with,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that placement is good, the size is fine. Again, I mean, like I said, the sign could be that entire facade, and would probably be okay.
Mhm.
That probably wouldn't be real appropriate for our district because we don't have anything quite that large.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that
okay,
I don't have any concerns with it.
okay. Was there any more discussion then, or was
I
ready?
don't see, with that new front, you know, the 1960s front, I don't see a problem with it. If it was on one of our 19th century buildings,
Mhm.
maybe not.
Figure something out.
Yeah.
But most of those have a sign board
Yes.
where you're supposed to put the sign.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Do I hear a motion?
So I'll make the motion that we approve the sign.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
That's all the main items. We did have one other item that I just wanted to bring up, and it's related to the bridge that's next to George's property. That did get listed on both the state register and the national register. So we have some success there. And now we have somebody that has been through the whole process, understands what has to be required. So if we have somebody come in here, we'll say, well, George knows how to do all that.
You bet.
Good for
Piece of
you,
cake.
George.
Piece of cake. They're great people up there.
It's 10 years.
As long as you present yourself and your project well and do the research and piece of cake.
Well, Josh, when's the city gonna get back to the old AC office building?
Well, things are interesting there. The gentleman that owned it
Right,
passed away, and the lady's still there, but she's not nearly as responsive as she used to be, which leads me to believe that perhaps maybe we'll be able to figure out a way to get a hold of it. I don't know. They also own a house that's over by First Baptist Church.
Yes,
Do some work on
I know
that.
where they,
If
So,
they get that front porch fixed, I declined to bid on it. It's just, I wanted to rebuild the whole thing because I didn't see fixing it.
yeah, Rob Donaldson
Did something with
did
it.
the work,
Yeah.
yeah, as far as I know, that part's been fixed. The problem was the city is like, we're going to force this, and so
Mhm.
we only want it to be repaired
Right.
and not to look nice. But from what I can tell, what he did was,
Except
it was good. And it's stable.
would that be something that, so if we wanted to get the commercial building back, would that go through?
Probably what the city would do is look for a developer to purchase it.
Okay,
We've had several that have expressed interest over the years, but you can't ever get a hold of the property.
Mhm.
So that's what we would prefer, the city would prefer, is
Sure.
if somebody else goes and buys it, we don't.
Right.
But yeah, from what I've heard, people are interested in putting commercial back in the ground floor. And then the upper floors, mostly housing is what we've heard
Yeah.
about, which is fine. That's an acceptable use for those. So that would be a great use for that building. If you had some little shops or something at the bottom or offices of some sort. And then I don't know. You could probably go as many as 15 residences up there, depending on how you divided it all up.
yeah,
Also, I guess since we're talking about other buildings, the building across the street, the
Howard building?
where the wall is separating,
Yes,
Andrew Iverson purchased that.
did he?
So
Good for
he
him.
has some plans to get that wall fixed, number one,
Yeah,
and then rework the ground floor and get some people in there again.
that's pretty neat.
Was that whole east wall separating from the building?
It's not the whole wall, but I've been up in that second floor and at the corner, you can see some daylight.
Uh-huh.
So up there, I think there's a bigger problem than at the bottom.
Mhm.
And we've had Patrick Stewart, the engineer up in Winfield, has looked at it too. So it's salvageable. Just
Okay.
take some money to make it happen.
Yep.
Like they,
And I think he will get on it.
So how would the transfer or the purchase of that city building happen if they're not responding to anything? I mean,
well,
do you
she
do
may not,
eminent domain or?
The problem is what we've looked at is there's some statutes related to abandoned buildings,
Okay.
but one of the things that has to happen is they have to be delinquent on taxes.
Oh, yeah,
They are not delinquent on taxes.
I see.
They've been keeping that paid up, so.
Mhm.
well, does she have, I mean, is she still, I guess, lucid? I guess not.
I don't know.
I called on this over a year ago. I got as far as her law firm in New York.
Good Lord.
And I got as far as a junior lawyer who blew me off real quick. They weren't interested.
That's probably what most people are into.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, just hanging on to it.
That just,
Well, they have to have somewhere to put their money. There's a lot of people with a lot of money.
well, meanwhile,
And
they're
they
killing,
have to put it somewhere. It
killing
doesn't
us.
do any good in the bank.
There's no, that's just a stupid.
No local flavor. Just like the town Roach Motel. Out of state foreign owners who don't have any skin in the game. I let it sit.
Yeah. Well, they figure it'll appreciate no matter what they do, if they do nothing.
Roll the dice.
Well, anyway, would it do me any good? Would it do any good if I talk to Randy? Because that's just been something that's been a passion of mine for a while.
City building.
I'm sure he'll talk to you.
Okay.
I've been on this board for quite a while. We've brought that up often.
Mhm.
It's been a hope for this whole board to see something happen.
What we're doing right now is just monitoring it. We put some windows and stuff like that in it over the years.
Shouldn't that be the owner's?
Well, what happens is we assess it to their taxes if they don't pay for them. So,
Right.
yes, it should be their responsibility.
There's a precedent where some municipalities have doubled the property tax.
We've actually raised the property
It's on
tax.
record, but as the city has to enact it.
I'm not sure how they do it because, I thought Canvas was based on actual values, but somehow they're getting away with it. And they're forcing these owners to either pay very high taxes or unload the
That's
building.
what we need to do,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, this is stupid.
It's not a very politically popular thing, though.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Election, it won't happen, right?
But in certain cases, it might be the only option.
That's what they felt was their only option because they were in a situation, I don't remember where it was now, but it's in Kansas.
Yeah, because like the eminent domain is so difficult
Yeah.
to do it without, again, the taxes. That's as long as they're doing that part of it, there's no, but you can still do it. Wichita has done it a couple times, but it became very expensive and legal fees. Make it all happen.
Too sad.
So it'd be better if we could do something more like along the lines of the taxes, if we have a way to do that.
Well, I thought her descendants were more friendly towards us than she is. Is that correct?
We don't have any other contacts.
Just her?
In fact, I think the last time that something, I don't know if I should say this in a public meeting, but I think
Well, we're done. Okay,
we didn't receive a response.
well, that's rude.
Well, wow, that is money on that.
Well, we went to New York a month or two ago. First time I've been to New York. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, it's a nice place.
It's really fun.
Yeah. it is.
Everybody was well behaved. You see people from all over, and their
Right,
languages from
right,
all over the
there.
place.
In December of 2019, right before the COVID thing hit.
Mhm.
It was great.
We had a great time.
Ago.
Anyway.
Well, any other items? No?
Okay, do we have anything else to discuss? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I guess I can second.
Sure.
All in favor, aye?
All right.
We're adjourned.